Hello everyone, welcome to Matchbook Flashback. I'm your host, Alec Ogg, and you caught me getting the house ready for Thanksgiving. But I suppose I can take a quick break and light a match for you. For those of you that are new, I bought this big glass jar of matches at an estate sale, and the strangest thing happens when I light each match. It's like you can see a story unfolding inside the flame. But I don't know why I'm telling you about it, I can just show you. Let me grab a matchbook. Oh, this looks like a cool one. It's like silvery gray. It looks like it's from the mid-90s maybe. It says Millwood, Pennsylvania. And it has icons for like a salvage yard or a junkyard. Like there's cars with their hoods open and all of that. So yeah, it must be some kind of salvage yard. Millwood, Pennsylvania. What do you say we light a match from this? See what's inside. Okay, when I light a match, I need you to look deeply into the flame. Look deeply into the flame.
I was in Latrobe, Pennsylvania. I was around late 30s. I'm 57 now. It's been some time ago. It was right around when Halley's Comet was coming. I remember that. As I looked up when I got back from the encounter, there it was. But, my friend Adam, a friend of his, were real motorheads. And they were seeing this old abandoned junkyard, I guess, for cars. And they thought they would go out late at night on a Friday and go in and see if they could help themselves any parts they needed. This is up in Millwood, Pennsylvania, just south of Blairsville, Pennsylvania, just a few miles out of on Route 217, just outside of Derry, Millwood, but more closer to Blairsville. There's a river about a mile away, and you cross that and into Blairsville. But this is in Millwood, Pennsylvania. They asked me to be their driver, and we had walkie-talkies, so they let me know when they're coming back. You'd radio me to turn the car on, get the heater going, everything. This is like February, I believe. So we leave about 10:30 from Latrobe. It's about a 15-20 minute trip to Millwood, to the location. And we get there, I park, they get their stuff ready, they go out and look about in the yard. And about 20 minutes later, I hear Adam screaming on the radio, "Start the car, start the car. Go, go, go. Get it going now." I'm like, "Oh, what's going on? What's going on? Just do it. Back it up. Get point to the street now." I'm like, "All right." Our radio back. "I'm ready." And right then and there, he grabs the door, opens it, slams it. His buddy jumps in the back. It was like a old camper-like thing, old van. We hop seats. I jump in the back. Adam jumps in the driver's. His buddy jumps in the passenger side. So I'm sitting in the back. I got the side view and the back view. And he starts pouring on. Gravel's flying everywhere and everything. He does a big fishtail coming onto the highway, heading back towards Latrobe. And I go, what's going on? What happened? What? He's like, something was out there. He started chasing us. I'm like, really? And I just happened to look out the window, the side window, looking into the yard. And I see this massive 8-foot, 9-foot tall creature. And I only had a couple glances at it, but it was just casually walking back into the yard. And I go meet that old man, that incredibly tall, huge old man wearing a fur coat. He's like, it's not an old man. And we're flying down the highway. And we're just outside of Millwood, which is next door neighbors to Derry. And all of a sudden, this pickup truck comes up behind us, turns its high beams on. He has a roof rack of floodlights. Everything's blaring at us. I'm looking out the back windows now. Not really, I better not do this. Because I realized they knew we were there, and they knew the creature was there as well. I figured we stumbled into their research. And here we are going 60, 70 miles down, 217 south, heading back into Derry. And this truck is chasing us for a mile, almost kissing bumpers. And then all of a sudden, he kills his lights, and that's it. He slows down, and that's it. I guess he got enough information of the vehicle, license plate, description of the vehicle. I guess not me, because what happened later, I wasn't involved. So we get back to my house in Latrobe, and these guys are just shaking like a leaf and everything. I'm like, what? Tell me now. What was it? What happened? Man, this is his side of the story now. So, with our tools, which they left behind, that's how scared they were, we walked in a good halfway in, about 300 feet, seen this car we wanted that had a hood off, the trunk off, or the hood off. So we started to work on it. And then my buddy, he goes, what was that? And an old school bus was next to them. And he goes, I don't know. Adam goes, I don't know. I heard it too. Sounded like it came from the other side of the bus, which it was. They stand up, getting out of the engine compartment. They shine their lights towards the bus. The bus was parked, so the rear exit was facing out towards the aisle where, you can walk up and down between the lanes of cars. And this creature, they guess, was sitting on the trunk of another car. And it wondered, what's going on beside me. They shine the light towards that area. And the creature, leans over in a sitting position, turns its head to look at it. They say its head and shoulders were just below the bus, which still had inflated tires on. And then it stood up, still sideways to them, and its head was level with the top of the bus, they said. And they're just, they're frozen. And then the creature turned towards them and took a step. That's when they said a couple of choice words, holy beep, what the beep is that? And that's when it took a step towards them. And that's when Adam got on the radio, start the car now. And they're running. They're running. And the creature's just walking at them, but huge stride, it said. They made it to me in a few seconds. So about the time we got on the road So that creature walking to the road was just a matter of seconds. So it must have had pretty good strides. That's his story of the encounter, his first encounter. And I go, all right, you guys calm down enough. Adam went back home, and the other guy went back home to Derry. Adam dropped them off. He parked his car at my place. And then we took Adam's dad's camper van into Millwood, because it had more room and everything for the tools and stuff. So the guy receives a call from Adam. And Adam says, I just got a call about 2 minutes ago. This really weird call. There was a lot of background noises, music. And the guy came on the phone saying, you don't know who we are, but you know what this phone call is about. Do not go back to where you came from. We have all the information we need of you, and we will prosecute. Do not go back. And they hung up on it. Yeah, so if you know anything about Adam, Saturday night he goes back with the buddy in his car. And they 75 Nova, rebuilt, blueprinted 350 engine, and he's a motorhead. And so they're on 217 going by real slow. This is about 1:30 at night. And they have the windows down, they're going real slow. They're like, do you see it anywhere? Do you see it anywhere? They're like, no. I'm like, do you see any trucks anywhere? He's like, no, I don't see any trucks either. And all of a sudden, the creature comes behind the vehicle, puts his hands on the trunk, and pushes it down, trying to say, you guys ain't going anywhere. But little did the creature know that Adam had this hopped up Nova with glass pack exhaust, dual exhaust. And he floors it. The tires are squealing, there's smoke. And I guess I got too much for the creature. He lets go, covers his ears, and Adam's off. He goes to Blairsville, to the Sheets in Blairsville, to fill up the gas and get something to eat and try to calm down again. And these kids are at the back of his car pointing at the trunk. And they're like, what were you guys at? And he's like, what, mate? And they go, look. And the dust and everything made two perfect handprints. So huge. They were twice the size of mine. Width-wise, finger length-wise, finger width-wise, perfectly in the dust. He comes by to my place the next morning, and he goes, you got your Polaroid camera, right? I'm like, yeah. He's like, good, come with me. And unfortunately, I only took one picture with my hand, my left hand on the left handprint side. It's like from the top of the hood all the way down to the back, like, a scraping with scratches into the paint. I'm trying to navigate with my other hand to take a picture, for comparison and stuff. And then he tells me what happened and stuff. I'm like, man, A, they told us not to go back, and B, now you know why. So I go, enough's enough. I call my buddy, Stan Gordon in Greensburg. He's the paranormal investigator of this area of Pennsylvania. I tell him the story, and he comes down, investigates me, and I show him the picture, and I go, yeah, you can keep it. And then he goes off to Adam and his buddy to investigate them. And he keeps it in the archives. And unfortunately, he kept it in his basement. In the spring, there was a big flood. It flooded out his basement, and there went the only picture of it, of the evidence. We never went back since.
What made you think it was an old man in a fur coat when you saw it?
It was like a light brown, grayish kind of mix, and the long hair, what I saw on its head.
Did it look more human or look more ape or what?
Combination of both.
Did your buddies have any further descriptions about its face when they shined a light on it or when they saw it at the back of their car?
No. I mean, they didn't give me any descriptions facial-wise. And the ground was, because Stan and I went to the scene, and we couldn't find no evidence, no footprints. The ground was really hard dirt, no hairs, anything like that.
What do you think that group was that had the truck with the floodlights on it and that gave a call to your friend?
I have no idea, nor does Stan. I mean, he's really into this stuff. He helps the local governments, law enforcement agencies, and he had no clue either. I mean, it was just a total blackout of the situation. It wasn't in the papers. I didn't call the papers or anything, but, wow.
Yeah, if you had to draw a conclusion from it yourself, do you have any sense of what that truck and phone call was about?
I don't know, some government agency, local enforcement agency. I mean, they're the only ones really that have the power to pull up that kind of information to call Adam. That is home.
What do you think that thing was?
A Sasquatch.
And what do you think a Sasquatch is?
Bigfoot. I'm native, full-blown Apache, so I call them Sasquatch instead of Bigfoot.
With your Apache ancestry, do you have any insights into what Sasquatch means to your people?
All hairy man.
Do they think that it's a living creature or a spirit creature, or what's your impression of that?
Yes. Matter of fact, a couple of months ago, they had a spotting in my birth town, White River, Arizona, in the Fort Apache Reservation in the mountains. And even close to town, they got a video documentation with the Indian police. They're not, state police or sheriffs. They're Indian police. Has a footage of one walking through the prairie, going back up towards the hills.
Did they or you get a look at its eyes?
No, I got to look on it from its left side and back.
And how long would you say the hair was that was on it?
Oh, my. 4 inches at least.
Okay, and it had hair all over its face as well?
I really couldn't see its face.
Okay.
I seen the creature walking back into the junkyard as we left. That's the only view I got of it.
And yeah, you said you think it was about 9 feet tall?
Yes.
Do you think these are actual animals, or do you think that they're paranormal in some respect? What do you think about them?
No. They're animals.
And you think that one was just living in that junkyard?
I don't know. At that time, yes. But I think it was just passing through, trying to get more into the Allegheny Chestnut Ridge. That's where most of the reports come from, in Ligonier Township on Chestnut Ridge.
Did you guys, I guess I'll ask, did you smell anything?
No, what caught their attention was when it moved, I guess, shifted seating positions on the car. But, Stan asked the same questions too, and they said no, there was no smell.
It's such a shame that the Polaroid is missing.
Yeah, I should have took 2 and kept 1.
As you can see, the match has gone out. As the smoke clears, I can almost smell a hint of old gasoline or motor oil in the air, lingering. Suppose it's not very good to light matches when they smell like gasoline, but I hope you enjoyed that Junkyard Sasquatch story, and if you did, perhaps you could take out your phone and text a link of this episode to a friend or family member who might enjoy it as well. Or if you're in America, why not bring it up at the Thanksgiving table? I'm sure your mom would love to hear all about Sasquatch. Or you could leave us a 5-star rating. It only takes 1 click, and it does a lot to help this show grow. Well, thanks again for your support, and if you're in the U.S., have a happy Thanksgiving, and I hope you come back next week, because I have another match to light.